and welcome to another reading vlog. This week I'll be reading F1 romances because thanks to my lovely boyfriend I've got really into the F1 this year, and I haven't seen anyone else do a F1 specific reading vlog. Like obviously the sports romances, but even that I don't see people touch upon this too much. The only person I've really seen read an F1 romance is Ella Rose and Ellen Catherine, because I think they buddy read one of the books that I've got today. So for this video I'll be doing 3 books all based around the F1, and I only have 2 of them in person. The other one I'll be reading on my Kindle just because I didn't want to commit to it, because I haven't read this author before. I haven't read any of these authors before, but that one specifically I've heard very hit or miss things about the series, so I'm sure you can figure out what it is. But first off, I am reading Pole Position by Rebecca J. Caffrey. This one is a queer F1 romance, which sounds very fan fiction-y in my head, but I was a big Wattpad girly, and I used to write Wattpad stuff as well as read it, so I'm happy about that. I am, how far into this? I'm about 100 pages in, now 118 pages in already, because I just couldn't wait to start reading it. It's all I've been thinking about. And I won't lie, I'm really loving it already. So hopefully the good vibes continue, because this has been running through my mind since I bought it. So very excited to finish this one. And then I've also got in the physical copy Cross the Line by Simone Sultani. I also got the little sprayed edges because I bought it in the works. This is the one I've seen Ellen Catherine and Ella Rose read, and they said it was good. So in their videos they said it was good, so hopefully I agree. They said it's very you can tell the author likes F1, so I don't know if I'll spot the difference if I read this one compared to the other 2, if I'll spot the difference in their knowledge of F1, because I didn't have all the knowledge, obviously. I'm very new to it still, so I don't think I'd pick up on it if someone hadn't told me. But I'm excited to read this one. This is obviously a straight one. And then on my Kindle, I don't have it up, but on my Kindle I'll be reading Throttled by Lauren Asher. Again, I have kind of started that one. I didn't know which book I wanted to start with, and then I started reading Throttled on my Kindle when I was at my boyfriend's because I didn't have a book with me. I think I'm about 20% in, I think, and it's good. I definitely prefer Pole Position so far, but obviously I'm further in. I might be further into that one than I am Throttled. And that's the one that I haven't heard great things about. Some people love this series, but not necessarily the first book. So who knows? Maybe I'll like it, or maybe I won't, and I'll continue the series anyway. So that's my 3 books. I think I'm going to continue with Pole Position first and then move on to Throttled, just so I'm focusing on one at a time, because for the purpose of recording that is way easier than me having to sift through everything and figure out which book I was reading when. So let's crack on. I am about 250 pages in, and I think this has potential to be a 5-star. It's so good. I went into it with a bit of a silly goofy mood because I think I said in the intro that it was giving me Wattpad fanfic vibes based on what I knew about it, but it is so much better than I thought it was going to be. The main characters, Kian and Harper, they are so fleshed out and they have such good chemistry, and I don't tend to notice insta-lust or insta-love or anything like that. I've never really thought about it. I don't really have an opinion. I know a lot of people don't like it, but this, you sort of get the sexual tension. It's a spicy book, maybe that is very, not even very spicy, like it's just done in such a good way that you don't really, like it's not like a, I don't even know how to say it, it's just so good. It's so well dispersed throughout the story, and it's not like all spice all the time. It is actually like a part of what is going on. Yeah, it's so good. It's giving me 5-star goes. At the moment it's definitely like a high 4, like a 4.5, 4.75. I just need that extra nudge to get it to 5 stars, but it is so good. I was really worried as well because, as I said in the intro, I've started Throttled on my Kindle, and that very much went from 0 to 100, like stuff was going on with a family, and then in the next chapter is immediately like, oh, I must have this man immediately. This one's doing it so well, like you can feel the build up and the actual relationship between Kian and Harper, and it's not just 1 minute they're not talking and the next they're getting it on. So let's read some more. I've got about 100 pages left, and we'll see if I can get it to a 5-star. I'm so excited. And Throttled now. I have had a bit of a hectic week because I've been working and I just haven't had time to do any like videos, like check-ins or anything. So you're gonna get one big check-in now, and then I'll read Cross the Line and do another one. So pole position ended up being a high 4, like a 4.5. I really liked this. There was good chemistry between the characters, it was fleshed out, like even the background characters, I could tell you who was who. I think Kian and Harper, which are the main characters, they were really good together. I think there was a little bit of a third act conflict, but I didn't mind it, so I think it was done well. Yeah, there you go. This one was a high 4, 4.5. Then Throttled, on the other hand, very much not. Is it Maya? Noah? I think that's the character names. Maya I just thought was pretty annoying. Noah was just an asshole. I think the second, but I can't remember what the second book is called. Maybe Collided? No. I don't remember what the second one's called. But the characters in that one, Sophie and Liam, had more chemistry in this book than the actual main characters of Throttled. So I will probably read the second one, but I did not enjoy the first one. I thought the way the F1 was actually talked about was a bit cringe. Like compared to Pole Position, you could tell that Lauren Asher didn't really get the F1 terminology, which I think I maybe touched on when I introduced this video. But yes, it did turn out to be the case. I did notice it. I just didn't like the characters, which obviously makes it hard to read. So Throttled ended up being a 2. I finished it, I didn't DNF it because there was a point I was like 20% in. I was like, do I even want to read this? But I powered through, I got there. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever read, but it wasn't good either. Like I didn't enjoy it. So anyway, I've got slightly higher expectations for Cross the Line, which I have started. I'm only, I think, about, oh my God, I don't remember page numbers. I'm 30 pages in. I'm enjoying it, but I think I'm in a bit of a slump because I just don't want to pick it up. But yeah, it's looking like it's got more potential than Throttle does, but maybe not as much as Pole Position. So my guess for this is it's going to be a 3, nice and in the middle. But I'll read it, see how we get on. Also, just completely dropped it. I'm getting my hair done today, so this is the last time you'll see me with straight hair. So I'm gonna read Cross the Line, and hopefully I'll remember to do a check-in when I get to about halfway, and then I will close out the video. I'm about 160-ish pages into Cross the Line. It's similar to Hate Mail last week. It was just like, I'm a bit bored. For the first chunk I have been quite bored. It's picking up a bit, so also I have a fan on, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. But it's picking up a bit, like it's definitely, for me, it's better than Throttled because I've not thought I just want to put this down and not pick it up again. So there's that at least. I think it is going to stay at about a 3-star unless something goes drastically wrong or like significantly better, but I'm just not vibing with it. I think I just started too strong. Like Pole Position set a standard in my head that these books can't reach, so, but it's okay, I'm getting through it. I have set myself up a bit for failure here because I now have to finish this whole book today because today's Friday and Friday is my upload day, which means I have to finish the book, record some like the final clip of the video, edit all of it and upload it, and I'm also going to a festival later, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. I might have to upload late, which would not be good because this is only my second video, but it's okay. You know, it's a bit meh if I can't even remember what the characters' names are, but they're Dev and Willow, and basically Dev is the Formula 1 Formula 1 driver, and he needs a assistant PR manager because he has made a bit of a bad name for himself. He's not like an actual bad boy, he's not done anything wrong that I can tell, unless I've missed that. So he hires Willow, which is his best friend's sister, to be his PR manager and help him get back on track and get all the sponsors and stuff he needs for these races, which, you know, it's unique. That's not like the premise for either of the other 2 books I've read, but it's just, I don't know, it's a bit meh, not for me. But I also think that I'm heading towards a book slump because I can't be asked to read, which is normally the sign that I'm heading into one. So that will probably affect how I'm looking at this book anyway. Also, I don't know if I showed, but this has got sprayed edges. It's so pretty. Like, it just follows on from the cover. But it does mean all my pages are sticking together at the top, which is kind of annoying because I keep missing pages by accident. So I'm going to hopefully finish this today, and you will know my final thoughts on it. Finished all of the books for this week. I'm a day late uploading though because, as I said yesterday, I went to a festival in the evening, and then when I got back I was just completely drained, like out of it. So before I go to the festival again today, I'm going to film this, edit this and upload this. So we started the week with Pole Position, which is an LGBT F1 romance between Kian and Harper. This was by far my favourite of the week. It is, I think I explained when I talked about it the first time, but their chemistry was so good, the build-up was so good. It was just the right amount of spicy and actual plot, so highly recommend this one. It's like a 4.5 for me, so good. Then I read Throttled on my Kindle. That one, it was okay, it's quick and easy to get through, but I didn't like Maya, I didn't like Noah, and there was not enough, like, not that there wasn't plot, but it was just randomly spicy all the time, and I like a bit of spice, but it has to be well integrated. Then, oh, and I gave that a 2-star. So finally I read Cross the Line. I said this was a 3. I think it's gone down. It's a 2. By the final chunk of the book, they were just at a wedding, and I didn't like, it was boring. I was just too many times throughout this book I was thinking, I don't want to be reading this. I was having to read it really, really slow because I just wasn't interested. So again, I gave it a 2, which isn't necessarily bad. Like, it's okay. I recommend it if you want to read an F1 romance. It's probably quite good, but it just wasn't for me. So rounding out the week with a 4.5 and 2 stars. So we'll hopefully have an improvement next week with whatever I read then. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.